Well, welcome to the 700 Club. The deadline is coming fast for President Trump to make a decision on the Iran nuclear deal. In an exclusive CBN News briefing, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu revealed why the new intelligence in Iran is a game changer.
Critics say Netanyahu revealed nothing new, but he told CBN's Chris Mitchell that he has evidence which proves them wrong.
After Prime Minister Netanyahu's presentation, CBN News took part in an exclusive off-camera briefing by Netanyahu. While much of his insight was off the record, he made clear on the record the information he presented was new in both quality and quantity. Netanyahu said 100% of the people who said there was nothing new did not see the material. They're going to see it now because we're passing it on to the main intelligence services.
It's very new stuff. It was new to our intelligence agencies. It's new to your intelligence agencies. And what I can tell you is Iran's program was much more advanced than we had previously believed.
What Prime Minister Netanyahu did was he authenticated our suspicions.
The pushback already has been that this is rehashing old information. How would you respond to some of the criticism that's come already?
Even if we knew about the idea of taking the conventional warhead off of a Shahab 3 missile and putting a spherical nuclear device there instead, we never knew it from basically an Iranian government source. This is something entirely new.
One senior Israeli official also revealed 3 elements to building an atomic arsenal. 1 is enriched uranium, or the gunpowder. 2 is weaponization, or the bullet. 3 is a ballistic missile, or the gun. The current Iranian agreement does not address the gun at all. It hardly mentions the bullet, and in a few years will allow Iran to produce as much gunpowder as it wants. Netanyahu sees that as a 1-2-3 recipe for disaster in the form of an Iranian nuclear arsenal. Given this information, Netanyahu is saying the world needs to either fix the Iranian deal or nix it. Chris Mitchell, CBN News, Jerusalem.
Well, the deadline is fast approaching. It's going to be May 12, so we'll see. But this is something people have been saying for some time. If we allow Iran to gain ballistic missile technology, to have that capability, and then you allow them to develop nuclear weapons, well, they're not building these missiles, they're not developing these weapons to stay at peace. They're developing them in order to be dominant in the Middle East. We've already seen them expand into Syria, into Iraq, to have influence. They're trying to build a land bridge all the way to Israel. They're trying to revive what was called the Levant back in the Ottoman Empire, and they want to be in control. So if they get this technology, if they get this military capability, all it does is start an arms race in the Middle East. Saudi Arabia will have to follow suit. Egypt will have to follow suit. And then you have a tinderbox that now has nuclear weapons. No one wants that. No one who is ever interested in peace would ever want that. So pray for those in authority. Pray for our intelligence services. Pray for those in Congress, and pray for the president. He needs unusual wisdom. Well, in other news, President Trump's lawyer says the president may claim executive privilege in the Mueller investigation. Ephraim Graham has that story from the CBN newsroom. Ephraim?
Gordon, that's what President Trump's attorney, Rudy Giuliani, said when he was asked what would happen if Special Counsel Robert Mueller tried to subpoena the president to force him to testify.
We don't have to. He's the president of the United States. We can assert the same privileges other presidents have.
Why don't you say go in? Giuliani told ABC's This Week the Mueller probe is, quote, no longer a good faith investigation. Some have even called it a fishing expedition. President Trump says he's done nothing illegal, but some of Giuliani's recent comments have created confusion, so the president may simply decide not to testify. Former members of the LGBTQ community took to the streets of Washington, D.C. to celebrate their new life in Christ this weekend. The Freedom March featured a worship service and testimonials from people who've once lived as gay or lesbian. Pulse nightclub survivor Luis Ruiz says it was the love and grace from Christians that brought him out of his former lifestyle.
It wasn't a gay to straight thing. It was a lost to save thing.
I wanted to have a march where everyone that came out of homosexual or transgender lives could come together and have an event to hear each other's stories, and also to have an event to just speak on our freedom we found through Jesus Christ.
That was Freedom March founder Jeffrey McCall, and he says he plans to expand the event to other cities in the near future.